The World Health Organization, working for better health for everyone, everywhere. This presentation will construct a detailed analysis of a brochure found within the What We Do subcategory of the About Us page on the World Health Organization website. A three-dimensional approach to critical discourse analysis, in conjunction with a questionnaire that was initiated in a class activity, will deconstruct the brochure's macrostructure and microstructure to assess its readability and usability. Despite areas of overlap, readability can refer to how the reader comprehends the text, and usability relates to how effectively a reader can navigate the text by using the multimodal features present. The brochure is easily accessible and clearly broadcasted within the website. Therefore, the target audience is everyone who has access to the Internet or an affiliation with the organization. This may include international organizations, the health institution, and the public. Therefore, textual elements should contain readability and usability techniques that address a varied target audience. How has the microstructure, including plain language, syntax, and lexical complexity, affected the readability of the brochure? Initially, the textual components of each page appear brief and unobtrusive due to their minimal design. The text is also well distinguished over a colored backdrop, making it engaging and aesthetically pleasing. However, as defined by Eagleson, plain language avoids using more words than what is necessary and avoids convoluted sentence construction. Results from the questionnaire revealed that 13 of the 20 participants said the average sentence length was somewhat long, and 14 said they would have appreciated dot points. Eagleson also stated that plain language is not a simplified version of English. The opening sentence on page 16, "Who has much to be proud of?" is arguably simplified English and demonstrates poor grammar as it ends with a preposition. This is a form of conversational writing, in which low lexical complexity and an informal register demonstrate the way a sentence could be spoken. To international organizations and the health institution, this is likely considered unprofessional and unscholarly. However, the World Health Organization is possibly attempting to account for those of the public without academic backgrounds. Let's talk about how the multimodal features have been manipulated to promote the character and motives of the World Health Organization. Of the 22 pages, 14 of which contain an emotionally triggering image of a young child who is supposedly in need of support. The audience is then subjected to feeling sympathy and empathy, which according to Escaless and Stern is a direct method of increasing the positive attitudes towards an advertisement. However, only 3 pages contain epidemiological data to determine the true need of support. The brochure can therefore be considered propaganda, as the use of emotive stimuli and the absence of empirical data congregate support for their organization. According to Leary and Kowalski, this is an impression management strategy, as the multimodal features construct a positive self-image by which the World Health Organization is perceived to be noble and worthy. Microstructure and macrostructure are interrelated, and the linking molecules between them affect the way a reader receives the content. For example, links between the heading "Working Towards the Sustainable Development Goals" in conjunction with the image of people running in uniform emphasizes that the World Health Organization has direction and purpose. On the contrary, the lack of synergy between the heading "Working Smarter" and the backdrop of a baby reduces coherency between the textual elements, thus reducing readability and usability. The interrelatedness between the language and multimodal features enable the reader to make connections between the material to assist in understanding and enable skin reading. According to Tabata and Habel, the relationships that readers draw between the macro and microstructures of a document is called multiple relations. Investigation of multiple relations within the questionnaire demonstrated this theory. Participants were asked what features determine the pages they chose to read, and 75% stated that the images and fact boxes were the most influential. Therefore, in agreement with Moyes, an effective document design constitutes all components of a text, in this case encompassing the images, fact boxes, and language. Let's conclude in further discussion of the practical implications that arise from this analysis. The use of multimodal features makes the brochure pleasing and engaging. However, the lengthy sentence structure, lack of dot points, informal register, and lack of empirical information likely reduce the document's readability and usability in relation to the target audience.